Hi guys, so the last time we were here I talked about making a window minutes of meeting and you don't see it anymore. That's because I deleted it. Now I'm going to show you how to make a window that has multiple tabs. So there's this code given that you can put into Postgres. In the original code it'll just be mom, but I did it twice just because I didn't go through Postgres to make sure that I delete everything. So just copy this and you would put it. So first what you would do is obviously you would have to unlock your Postgres and then you go into your databases and make sure that you're in your Adempiere database. And then you would click on the query, this SQL query icon, and that'll bring you to this. And all I did was I pasted what I just copied and then I ran it, and then if there's an error then it'll tell you and it won't run successfully, and then you can make changes. For example, I put in mom twice here, and then later when it was referred to as a foreign key, it was just like this, and so it wouldn't create it. So don't worry about if you miss something. It'll let you know if you make edits. Okay, now go into Adempiere, and once again you have to be in as system, and go into your application dictionary. In table and column, you're just going to make all three of the tables. So I haven't done this yet. So this is going to take a while. And very similarly to how we did the first window, we're going to create columns from the database, which is what we just put into Postgres. And this is to let you know that these are the columns that we put in, which those are the fields. And then we're going to do another one. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Same thing. I don't know if there's supposed to be an apostrophe there, so I'm not going to do anything with it. Okay. And now, and I guess this is just to check that you have your columns. Okay, now I'm going to, well, this should have all saved. I'm going to go into Window tab and Field, and I'm going to make a new window. Hopefully this works because I made sure I thoroughly deleted what I had before. Okay, it worked. Now I guess you can go to Access to check, and then this is where you're going to create 3 tabs. So I'm going to click on the new tab icon, and the first one I'm going to call it minutes of meeting. It'll just refer to the table that is just, minutes of meeting. You can put in the description or put in comments or whatever into these fields, but if not, we're just gonna, like, the red is what is needed to do, so it's just minutes of meeting and then create fields. So this creates the fields or columns of your table or your tab. And then I'm going to do another new one. And next I'm going to do the participant. I know that this is third whenever we were like putting in the tables, but this is just going to be second, I guess. So then create fields. And then I'm going to make a final one, which will be discussion detail. And then create fields. Okay, and something else for Participants, I want this to be tab level 1, and I also want to link this table with it. Just save that. And then in the field sequence, I'm going to reorder it to make it how I want whenever I'm going to enter details or information in. So, minutes of meeting. And I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to go to discussion detail tab. Go to the field sequence, and I want, well, actually let's go back, and for the table, I also want to link the same table as the previous one, and I also want it to be level 1, like the participant tab. Going to save that because I already created the fields, and in the field sequence I also have an order that I want it to go by. I want client to be on top, organization, and obviously this is, it doesn't really, it just has an effect, I guess, aesthetically, because you want to put in the client's name first. Like if someone's entering their full name, you'd want to put in first name and last name, but honestly, like if you know that it's last name first name, it doesn't affect like the content of what you're putting in, but just like is nice to have control over like the order of how they're entering their information, I guess. Item number and discussion. Action device, status, active. Okay, and this is how I want it. And I'm going to quickly, actually, I'm going to look at my minutes and meeting tab, field sequence, because I think I want name to be first. I want start date, start time. And yeah, it's kind of tedious, but actually I want this up here. And yeah, I think I like that. So now that I've done table and column and window tab and field, I'm going to create the window. So I guess I'm pulling together what the past few videos have been. I also went back in and I also edited the start date, start time, and end time. You can do that. That's in the previous video. I didn't want to waste your time. So, general rules, system rules, and then menu. Then I'm going to create new, and I'm going to call it minutes of the meeting once again. And pretty self-explanatory. The action is going to be a window, and the window is going to be what I called it, which I'm pretty sure I called it minutes of meeting. And yeah, that should have worked. And so I'm going to exit. I'm going to log. Okay, so now I'm going to click minutes of meeting. What did I do? Okay, and I already kind of did something, but here I'll show you. So let's make something new. Say Abraham Lincoln. That's who I'm meeting with, and I am meeting with him next Saturday from how about 1:42 p.m. to 10:43 now to 5:45 p.m. And we are going to talk about America. Save that, and now under participants, I can make a new one. And who's meeting with Abraham Lincoln? I am, so my name, Gloria Fawn, and Liberty University is how I'm meeting with him. So I can save that, and then under discussion detail, because they're linked and we had done that, this is item number 250 because we have a lot of meetings. And I guess the detail is we need to solve the problem of the dairy industry. And we need to, I guess, have the meeting by that day. So whatever that day was, today's 7th, and pending. You can write honestly whatever you want, and you can save it and see how they are all like it auto-filled. And what's even more interesting is if I created someone new and I said John Deere, for example, and just fill whatever here. If I save that under here, whenever I create new, there's a drop down. Oh, I guess there's not a drop down. I guess because it's a level, then I have to have it selected. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you learned something new. So it's like whatever you have it saved as. You have a new one, and you can have multiple participants for the same meeting person. So yeah, I honestly think this is really cool. I feel like it's really helpful for multiple things. Like, I don't know, there's so much you can do, and like we literally created this from the ground up, so it's pretty cool. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.